Oh, I'm sorry. I get your tie on your nose.
Okay. If I need to turn the computer on. Okay, you can sit back down. Now that you've got all your wiggles on. Does anybody know what this is? It is an umbrella. I was thinking you'd think it looked like a mushroom kind of, so I'm glad you think it's an umbrella. My artwork's not very good. Evie, what does that say?
Theme?
Theme. It does say theme. It's kind of like those words we were studying yesterday, isn't it? What does that E do? Exactly. So it says theme. Does anybody know what theme is? Maddie, what's the theme of a story? So what makes it go together? Okay, you're close. Anybody else have it? You have a guess, Jose? What is it?
The little red hand.
Okay, so that will be the story we do read again today. What do you think maybe the theme of the Little Red Hen would be? Let's see, let's get one more guess. Georgia, what do you think the theme is? Okay, y'all are all super close. So theme is going to be, let me get down here on top. It's not a mushroom. I promise it's not a mushroom. So this says the blank, blank, or blank of the story. So it's going to be the moral,
Blank of the story.
the moral, the message.
You forgot the dots on the umbrella.
I know. The moral message or lesson. Or lesson of the story. So who can give me some examples of a lesson I could learn when I read a story? Hannah?
Like a lesson, you could do like, okay, a mushroom.
Or something that maybe a story could teach me.
Like in the story where they have the
Manners. Could we say, what is that character count word this week? Remember yesterday Miss Barron told us the story? What was it, Jason? Do you remember? Started with an R.
I know it because it's my brother.
Can you help us out, Honoria? Respect. So I'm going to write respect under our umbrella.
That's what's on the paper.
Because when we read a story and it could teach us about respect, couldn't it?
And you forgot
That could be what they
the
want us to learn from it. What else, Evie? What's another that you can think of?
little red hen because like the pig and the dog and the cat would it help the little red hen plant like do all the stuff with the wheat and then like they wanted to eat it but they didn't help us so they couldn't eat it.
Right.
So they learned a lesson to always help.
So to be helpful. That's good, Evie. I like that. So that's what it was trying to teach us about. How to be helpful and respectful and to not be ugly to our friends, right? What's some other ones? Jason?
Like when the red when the chicken was working, she asked them if like she could help her. The girl the seas, they all said no.
Right.
They she wanted to make it, and they all wanted it.
Okay, so they weren't very good friends, were they?
No.
So we could say, be a good friend. You think that would be a good one? Okay, I like that one too. So be a good friend. Think back to Little Red Riding Hood. Remember she had to go and she was talking to the wolf. Do you think she was being brave?
No.
Do you think she was being brave when she was talking to that wolf when she knew it wasn't raining? She was, wasn't she? So what could be our one word we said for the theme of that?
I know.
Evie, what do you think?
Don't lie.
Okay, so don't lie, but she was being brave. So our theme could be, it could be bravery, couldn't it?
I also want to say be brave.
But you were gonna say be brave. I like that one, Cody. What about, maybe teamwork?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Have you read a story? That kind of could have been our theme in The Little Red Hen. They should have worked together as a team and they could have gotten things done a lot faster, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they try to move my feet.
Like think about when your parents ask you and your siblings, clean the house. Don't you think you could get it done a lot faster and a lot more precise if you helped your siblings out?
Yeah.
You think so, Hannah?
I heard that. I was thinking back to the what is its name? The shark.
Clark the Shark?
Clark the shark. How he was first crashing everything, but he become good.
Yes, that's exactly right. So what could we call that? Could we say
Behave.
maybe his friends learned to,
Listen.
you think they learned to accept him?
Mm-hmm.
So we could say acceptance.
What does acceptance mean?
Acceptance means that, like in Clark the Shark, you know, he was so excited to go to school and he started acting crazy. But his friends, he realized his behavior wasn't acceptable. So his friends learned that Clark was kind of different, so they had to accept him or understand him for what he was instead of trying to change him to be a different person. Got it?
At the intro.
Okay, so another thing, our theme is going to be a big idea. So it's going to be the main thing that sticks out to us. When we read that story, we're going to say, oh, I bet the author wants me to learn about being kind, or being a good friend, or being honest, or being helpful. Okay, we can also say it's the message. The message. And it's usually going to be one or two words. One or two words, or the author usually doesn't say it. So the author normally doesn't come out in the books we read and say, okay, kids, I want you to know that the theme of this story is honesty, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to say it's unsaid by author. So it's kind of like a mystery. They want you to figure out what the story is on your own, okay? Can you think of any more that we might put on here? Cody, what do you think?
Don't be mean to other people.
So don't be mean. You know what a good word for that is?
What?
Be kind. I like that one. So let's say kindness. Kindness. And there's one more I want to put on here. Oh, do you have some ideas? You want to, Candy, what's your idea? What do you think it is?
Don't push people.
Don't push people, so that could be being kind, wouldn't it? That's a good one, Cannon. Trinity? What do you think? Who are those people that you go home to at night? It could be your mom and your dad and your grandparents and aunts and uncles. What do we call those?
Family.
Our family. So that could be the moral of the story, couldn't it? Or the theme. They could be telling us about our family. So let's put family on there.
I got another word.
Do you have another one? What do you think, Cody?
Help people.
Help people, so being helpful, right? Anything else? What do you think, Jose?
And don't push people in this life.
That's good. So we could probably put that under being kind, right? Because it's not kind to push people off the slide. Isaiah, give me one more.
Respect to others.
Respect. Okay, we've got that one. Somebody give me one more on here that we don't have. Jason? One more.
When someone push when someone falls
Okay, so they're helpful. I'm thinking of one. Remember when you want to do something really badly and your mom or your dad or your grandparents, they'll say, hold your horses, because they want you to be what? It starts with a P. It's a word that starts with a P. You need to be, what, Jessie?
Patient.
Patient. So that could be patience, right? Patience. Patience. That's good. All right.
I was gonna say another one.
All of this, you know why we put this on an umbrella and do all of this underneath it? Because there's all of these different things that could be included underneath theme. So it's like all of us were under an umbrella, and it would be all of these different things under this one umbrella. Evie?
It would be like these woods, like all these woods would be the rain falling.
Yes.
Down. So that you would do these.
So it's all covered underneath, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yes, Alice.
Easy. This is also one.
Okay.
Don't throw water.
And don't throw water at people. So that would be being kind, wouldn't it? So
I got another one.
okay, well keep it in your mind and think about it as we read the Little Red Hen again. Okay? Okay, the Little Red Hen. The little what? You may turn that one on. Yeah.
Let me do it.
Okay, you do it. Okay, Little Red Hen had a bit of wheat.
Give it just a
Yeah,
minute.
it'll come back on. Who will help plant? Asked Hen. Not I said dog. Not I said pig. Not I said cat. Do you notice a pattern? Remember when we read this yesterday? What is it that repeats? Somebody raise their hand and tell me. Aiden, what repeats in this? What's the pattern? Right, so it says not I, and it repeats that on several different times, doesn't it? Okay?
But then it says
Then it says what? Mhm. I will go to the well, said Hen. Who will help get some water? Here it comes. Not I said cat. Not I said dog. Not I said pig. So if we took these words off the page, if I just covered them up, would we be able to tell what the theme is? But if we just looked at the pictures, could we say, I bet this is the theme, or do we kind of need the words to help us out a little bit? Yeah, we need the words, don't we? Just a little bit. This is a big job, said Hen. Who will help get the wheat? Not I said cat. Not I said dog. Not I said pig. Is this kind of similar to some other books that we've read? Do you think they might have a common theme? What do you first think the theme of this might be, since we've read it yesterday? What do you think? Somebody raise their hand and tell me what you think the theme might be. Georgia? So it could be, they're not being very good friends, are they? So that might be the lesson it's teaching us about friendship. What else could it teach us about? Were they very respectful? They weren't being very respectful. So it's teaching us about how to be a better friend, maybe, how to be more respectful, and how to be kind, right? Yes, Evie?
Helpful.
And helpful. They weren't helpful, were they? No. They just weren't being very good friends. I will mix and mix, said Hen. Who will help me mix? Not I said cat. Not I said dog. Not I said pig. So remember, our character counts word respect. How are they not being respectful to the Little Red Hen? Trinity?
They wasn't helping
They weren't helping her, were they? But you knew at the end that they were gonna want some of her bread, didn't you?
Yeah, but she's not.
Right, so they should have helped out. They should have done their part, right? Come quick, said Hen. Look at this bread. This is the best bread, said Hen. Who will help me eat some? Do you think she really was gonna share with them? No, why not? Have you ever had a situation like that where you did something and your brother or sister wanted a part of it?
Yeah.
You did? Aiden, do you have an example? What did you do when your brother didn't help you? Oh, so he didn't help you get dinner ready. And then he wanted some of it? Did you share with him? No, you didn't share with him? You let him go hungry? So, Lise?
My sister Isabella,
Uh-huh.
one of her friends gave her muffins and she wouldn't share.
She wouldn't share with you. Would you have shared with her? No. Hannah?
I was dressing my sisters. They were wanting to have a tea party with me, and they missed out on the fun because I really had tea.
Oh my gosh. And they should have helped you and they could have had some of that, couldn't they? Evie? One more thing. What is it?
My sister, she got like a whoopie bottle, had put it in, we put it in the freezer, and Emma and Jules got it out, and then after that they quit chomping it, and I started to, and then put it back in the freezer, and then when it was done, they wanted to have some of it, but I did mostly actually all of it. They didn't do any, and then Mom and Daddy let them get some.
Oh no. Was that unfair? You think that was unfair? So why do you think it's important for us to kind of identify what the theme is? In some situations, do we need to read books with a certain theme? In class, do most of your books kind of go with what you're learning that day? Yeah? So do you think that's important? Don't even wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up. Let me see your eyes. Open your eyes big and wide. Okay, that's better. This is the best bread, said Hen. Who will help me eat some? Let me, said Pig. Let me, said Cat. Let me, said Dog.
It's different.
Is that another pattern though still? Yeah, but it is different.
No.
No, said Hen. This is a job for me. How could they have been respectful? Anybody have any ideas? How could they have been a more respectful friend, Maddie?
Help.
They could have helped out. What else? What do you think, Aiden?
If they helped that. If they did help.
They could have helped out, right? In what ways could they have helped out? What could they have done, Tyler?
They could help out, and then she would give them bread.
Okay, so they could have helped cook the bread. What happened before that? She planted it?
She planted it.
She planted it, so they could have helped her plant it. What else, Cody?
In this part, they're not saying manners.
Oh, they're not saying manners, are they? How? How are they not having good manners?
They're not saying please.
Exactly. So Cody says they're not saying please. Could that be them being disrespectful because they didn't say please?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So just like our character count word, they could be an example of how we don't act, right? We help our friends, we should say please and thank you, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the little boy that she was talking about.
Exactly. And that is the end. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You see that? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to split you up into some groups, and we are going to look at some books that you read in the past. So from like the beginning of the school year, I have some books, and you're going to look through the books and think about with your partners what the theme might be. And then we're going to meet back up, and y'all are going to share.
Yay! Each group is gonna
Each group is, you're gonna think about themes, and they don't all have to be on here. You could come up, whatever you think the moral message or lesson of the story is. So whatever you think that you took away from that story. Okay, Honoria? Okay, you think you got it? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put you in, let's do groups of 4. So, Jose, Jason, Georgia, and Journey. And just sit at a table and I'll get you a book. Okay, Tyler, Cadence, Maddie, and Trinity. No, you don't have to sit at your own table if you don't want to. Okay, then I need Solis, Josie, Hannah, and Aiden. And then Evie, Cannon, and Jason.
You said 4 people.
Yeah, but one group will only have 3. And so y'all will be a group of 4 right here. Okay? Somebody might have to sit. You can sit up here or something if you want to. Okay. You can sit on the floor if you want to. Okay. Sit over here, Cannon, with your group. Who's red? Oh, Cannon.
So y'all take back to the village and think about what the things we did very
What? So think about the reading. If you want to read back through it, you can read back through it too. Shellfish. Shellfish.
well. What's actually what you learn from this story? Okay, that's a good connection. You're connecting it to the text. Learn about what it is, what they want you, what is the message of this, what do they want you to learn from it.
She's kind of disrespectful.
What about it?
Yep.
There you go, he's not being nice. So at the end of the story, what happens? What do they want you to realize? Y'all think all of them, Georgia? Okay.
He doesn't know what to do. But in the back, he does. Then he knows
What are the things? What does he know?
So when he goes
Respect, exactly. He learns how to respect his friends, doesn't he? So you think that the theme of this book is respect, right? Anything else that you might can think of? That would be another one that is great one. What else? Ooh, is that what you were thinking of too, Jose? I thought that's what you wanted to say. Good job, y'all are there. Oh, it reminds you of that book? That's a good connection. All right, so did y'all find out what you think?
What's her reason? Is this just a story?
What is this book? What did the author want you to learn from this story? Okay, so think about the words we put underneath it. Which word do you think trying to teach you how to be respectful? Is that what the book wants you to do? Is to learn respect? Anything else? It has the common goal, doesn't it? To be nice to others, that's another reason. Is it respectful if you're always barking out when you were talking? No, is that nice? Is that what it
Okay, you think everybody has a pretty good idea about what the theme of your book is?
Yeah.
Okay, this group scoot on over back to the rug, and then this group come on down. You can bring your book with you if you want to, if you need it. And Josie, your group come on, and Georgia, bring your group down. Thank you. Shannon, find your name. Okay, let's see, what group needs to go first? Maddie, your group, come on up here. So what did you think the theme of the Very Greedy Bee was?
Share.
To share, I like that. What else?
Be kind.
And to share and be kind. How was the bee not kind?
He wasn't showing his flowers.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Y'all give them wow. Good job. Okay, Jose, bring your group up here. You can't remember your groups. Okay, what was your book? Hold it up for us, Renee. What was your book? Clark the Shark. Tell us about your theme.
He was too rough.
He was rough. What else?
He wasn't respectful.
And he wasn't respectful. I like that one.
And it reminds me of the monsters book.
Okay, and so Jose has made a connection to the Monsters book because they weren't respectful either, were they? And that's important because it's our, what word is that for us? It's our character counts word, right? Very good. Good job, guys.
Recess, please.
Yes. Jason, bring your group up here. Do you remember who it was? Kim, go up there with your group. Hold your book up for him.
This is Tattletale Tongue.
Okay, very good. So this is a bad case of the tattle tongue. Kim says.
The lesson was to not tattle,
Mm-hmm.
and then the moral was and then the moral was to not tattle,
tell. So if you tattle, is that being very respectful?
It's
No.
not respectful.
Exactly, it's disrespectful. Do you notice that all of these books kind of have respect in them? Why do you think that is?
To learn a lesson.
Why do you think they all want to teach us about respect? Hannah, why do you think?
Because if we don't know respect, we'll be bad.
That's right, it's important because we don't want you to be bad, do we? Anaria? Yes, and it goes right along with the golden rule, doesn't it? Very good. Good job. What group do I have left? Hannah, bring your group up here. Thank you, Hannah. Hey, what was your book?
My mouth is
My Mouth is a Volcano. What did you think your theme was?
We think it was he was acting respectful,
Yes,
and he was shouting out when he interrupted.
and that's not good, is it? We don't like to be interrupted, do we? Very good. Anything else? Did you think there was another theme or just that one was our main theme?
And I think what someone else, two people, they weren't supposed to do the same thing as him.
Okay, very good. Do you think that the chicken, his friends, could have benefited from being respectful? Yes, I agree.
I was thinking about how he was yelling out.
Uh-huh.
He shouldn't have done that because it's really not good.
It's nice, rude, isn't it? Good job. Who's left? We have one group left? Okay, y'all come on up, Savannah. And what was your book, Savannah? The Day the Crayons Quit. Oh, this is a favorite, isn't it? You like this book. What do you think the theme was?
I told them all to it. It was be kind because they yellow and red. I think red, orange. They was fighting over the sun, and all of the crayons are being mean to them. They send up all those notes to the person, and they were being mean to him.
That's right. They weren't being kind. They weren't being respectful or helpful, were they?
Yes.
Good job. Thank you. Good job, guys. Okay, one more time. Let's wrap this up. So we remember what our definition of theme is. The moral message or lesson of the story. So it's what? The moral message or lesson of the story. Good job. Give yourself a hand. All right. What do you say? Wednesday table. Go back to your seat.
Leave your book right here in
What
the
is
black
that?
chair.